In this video, we'll talk about how to use groups in your Canvas course. So in order to use groups, you're going to want to start by clicking on the People tab. And then you will want to create group sets. And the group sets are the groups that you create in order to create a community in Canvas. So if you click on Group Set, you have the ability to create a name for a group set. I'll just create one, call it Test, and we'll call it Grilling. You have the option of allowing students to self-sign up, and then you can also split groups evenly if you want, or you can create groups manually. So we'll hit Save. Once you hit Save, you'll need to create a group within your group set. So we will create a group. We will call it the same name. And you can limit the size of the group if you wanted to by selecting the number of people. Click Save. And now we have that group within the group set. So if we want to add students to that group, we just click and drag students to that section. So we'll add a couple. And once we do that, we can click on the drop-down menu, and it shows that there's 3 students added to that group. Now let's explore this group page a little bit. When you're in groups, the benefit of having a group is that students then have the ability to create their own announcements, create their own discussions, and add content to pages. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So we'll click on Visit Group Homepage, the 3 buttons on the far right. And students have access to all these sections here on the left-hand side: Announcement, Pages, People, Discussions, Files, Conferences, and Collaborations. We're not going to cover conferences and collaborations, but we will take a look at announcements. So as a student, you have the opportunity to create an announcement here, just as we showed in a previous video, by clicking the announcement button and then creating your own announcement here. You have the opportunity to create your own pages by doing the same thing. You add a page here, and you're able to create a page that others can add content to in your group. You can take a look at the people in your group. So for example, you see the group members and you see the teachers. And you can start discussions by clicking on the discussion button and then creating your own topic here, just like you would in the general course. And then lastly, you can add your files here. So in this case, we can create subfolders within the test grilling site. So let's say we create lecture share, we create lab share, and then these will be added in alphabetical order. And let's create one that's just called interesting articles. So as mentioned in a previous video, you have the option of creating your own folders and adding information to your own folders. I recommend that if you give students access to folders, you create some type of organizational hierarchy so that everyone in that group understands how to access information. But you have the ability to add information by clicking on a folder, dropping from your file finder, or by just clicking the upload button and dropping files into that area. If you're getting to know, when you create groups, you do have a shortcut for your students here, and this is the one-click access to that group. So as you notice here, that test grilling link is there. A student can click on there and go directly into their group.